Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to discuss about the first chapter of Flamingo, that is the last lesson. This is a story that revolves around language chauvinism. Here, chauvinism means Andhadhund Desh Prem, and here it is for the language. Also, the how dictatorial attitude doesn't care for human feelings. The Franco-Prussian War in 1870-71, it tells that when somebody wins, the ruler wants to rule over the country and also over the mind and heart of the people. For this, they cut the common language, and in this chapter, it is the language. They want people not to learn French anymore, they wanted them to learn German. Here, an order comes from Berlin telling French not to be taught anymore in Alsace and Lorraine. This tells about the emotional feelings of all French people who were not much concerned earlier about French language, but this order changed them. This is a common thing. Initially, when we are with something, we may not value it, but when the common link is severed, then we get those feelings towards that particular thing. Here it is the French language, how the feelings of everyone changed. We will start with the chapter. Initially, Franz had a fear to go to the school. There were many reasons. He was late. He didn't learn the rule of participle. He was attracted towards the other things, that is, the warm and bright morning. Birds were chirping, the soldiers were drilling. These all things attracted him, but still he had control over his emotions. He went to the school. The common scene at the town hall. When he was going through the town hall, the bulletin board was there and there was a lot of crowd over there. And generally all the news like losing of the battle and other all bad news, they came through the bulletin board. As actually France was losing the battle, so the news was generally bad news. And then there was a comment by Blacksmith, and he said there was plenty of time. Why he said it, that we will get to know. Then there was a scene at the school, sound that generally he heard while he was still away from the school. Then he heard three kind of sounds: lessons being sung in unison, opening and closing of desks, ruler of the teacher striking the table. All these sounds were missing. That day, the changes in the school. It is a long question. It can be of 6 marks. There were no sounds. All were already sitting at their benches. M. Hamel was differently dressed. M. Hamel was kind that day. He didn't scold Franz. And at the back benches, the villagers were sitting. Then there was a thunderclap. What was the thunderclap? The revelation. What was the revelation? It is the same thing that Blacksmith was pointing towards. It was the order from Berlin that only German to be taught and no more French will be taught. It changed the feelings of Franz. He had so much to learn. He thought he has not learned anything. He felt sorry for running away from the school. His thinking towards the books, they also changed. They were earlier a nuisance, but now they seemed like old friends. His thinking towards M. Hamel, they also changed. He had a pain that he won't be able to teach him anymore. He will have to leave after the 40 years of service. He forgot about his ruler being scolded by him. He no more thought about it. He wore that special dress to honor that last lesson. He realized that particular thing. Then the villagers, how villagers changed with this order. They came to school, they sat in the classes. wanted to repent over not paying attention to French language earlier. They wanted to thank their teacher who had devoted 40 years of his service. They wanted to show their love towards the country. The country now belonged to the Germans. Today we will end here and we will continue in the next video. Thank you.